Welcome to the Hatz AI channel. I'm Mark, and if you're watching this video the day it premieres, happy Halloween. Today, instead of looking at one specific use case and how to build it or turn it into an agent or any of the fun stuff we typically do, I want to look at this matrix that follows an effort and value scale because we get a lot of questions about where to start, how to start using AI to get the most value, the most impact. We often talk about the crawl, walk, run approach. And we stand by that, and I'll show you how that fits into this matrix in just a minute. But for the benefit of today's video, we have this matrix that shows you as effort increases and value increases, you can see how they combine. When we're looking at this in terms of AI use cases, some AI use cases are really low effort. You just turn on the chat, maybe you connect to the internet, and you start asking questions. Some AI use cases are high effort. They might even require an engineer, a developer, to set up some connections. At the same time, the value can change. Some AI use cases might save you 5 minutes here and there throughout your week, and some AI use cases might save you 20% of your entire day. So those are not in the same category. So if you combine the effort and value, you can see some use cases will be low value, low effort. Some will be high value, low effort. Some are low value, high effort. We don't like those. And some are high value and high effort. If you're just starting out with AI, chances are, if you're adopting this at a company-wide level, not everyone in your company is at the same level of AI knowledge. For some people, they need to start with what is an LLM? What's the difference between OpenAI and Anthropic? It takes them a little bit longer to understand how a workflow or an agent can be used. And for others, you can do that stuff in your sleep. You might be wondering how you can get AI to look at every data source in all of your different environments and automate 50% of your work and create new processes. Those are things we would put up here in the high value, high effort category. So it's important to think about this matrix when you're rolling out AI adoption in a strategic and intentional way in your company, knowing that not everyone is starting at the same point, but to get everyone up to this high value, high effort category, it's almost like a ramp. And we want to follow this bottom left, bottom right, top right, going up a ramp, up and to the right, okay? In most instances, up and to the right is a good thing, which means we want to avoid this low value, high effort category. And it also means that we don't want to start up in the top right corner. So let's look at this in terms of crawl, walk, run. Crawl, bottom left, walk, bottom right, run, top right. As you move up and to the right, you follow naturally this crawl, walk, run progression from low value, low effort. And I don't mean low value as in they're unimportant. Most of what I do with AI would fit into this low value, low effort category. In yesterday's video, I showed an agent that does web research for me. That was low value, low effort, but I use it all the time. High value, low effort would be something that's just as easy to create, but can save a lot more time than 5 or 10 minutes. High value, high effort are things that multiple people at your company can use or that you can use to automate a lot more of your day. We want to avoid low value, high effort because think about it. Why would you want to put a lot of effort into something that's not going to provide a lot of value? Well, where can these be found in the Hatz platform? So at this point, you might be asking, all right, well, what are some examples of use cases that fit into these three categories? Let's switch over to the Hatz platform and take a look. Low value, low effort. Things like image generation. We have 8 image gen models currently in the platform, and they can save you some time creating graphics for PowerPoints. They can be fun to use. They can help you imagine what some schematics for a building might look like, but they're not going to save you hours and hours and hours of work. They're also incredibly easy to use. You just tell the AI what you want it to design for you. Another low value, low effort use case, just simply using the internet. Perplexity, Firecrawl, Tavily, Google Search, Exa. All of these things, search the internet, can find answers for you. We even have this helpful web search agent that you can go and grab from the community workshop. Another example, under tools, if you use Outlook or Gmail, drafting emails, you can connect your Google Calendar. So through Outlook and Google Calendar, you can schedule events with your clients, with your team. You can check what's on your schedule for the rest of the week. You can see who you're spending the most time with in meetings. Even things like Reddit or X or Hacker News. Go find out what people are talking about in your industry. So moving to low effort, high value, or the walk use cases, we can move over to the workshop. Check out the browse by category and find your industry or the closest approximation to your industry. We don't have every niche vertical listed here, but if you're in HR, just click on this and you can filter by app, workflow, or agent. You can see all of these different kinds of HR use cases that are pre-built. Key performance indicators, HR specialist, several different HR specialist apps here. Applicant reviews, resume evaluations, writing job descriptions, talent acquisition and management agent. These things are pre-built, so they're low effort. All you have to do is maybe make a few tweaks, edit a few output formats and how you want them to behave. Just change those prompts in natural language. But they're going to work in a certain way that you don't have to spend a lot of time building. But these are for processes that are already existing in your company and happen repeatedly. The HR expert, for instance, will check out your company docs, your HR documents, company policies, and answer questions about them. You can share that with a lot of people at your company, and it will help many people. So high value, but low effort, because most of it's pre-built. Which leads us into high value, high effort. In most cases, you won't find high value, high effort use cases pre-built for you, because that would be low effort. So those are things that you're going to build yourself. We'll spend some time over the next few days looking at how you can think about building those high value but also high effort use cases. If you are one of our MSP partners, come to our Feature Fridays, come to our use case workshops to dig into those. And if you're not an MSP, don't worry. We have plenty of videos that talk about how you can kind of hack the prompt engineering side of things and get the Hatz Workshop Assistant to build these use cases for you. Remember, up and to the right, crawl, walk, run. Move away from low value, up toward high value, and over time, move from low effort to high effort. But it's important to start here to get your bearings. Move into the walk and then the run phases, just like you did when you were a toddler. That's enough for this video. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Happy Halloween, and we'll see you in the next one.